Yeah, I started trucking, working on a dairy farm. My dad, I worked with him doing a little bit of everything. A little bit before school, a little bit after school. Come in at like 3 a.m., feed the cows. During the summer times, it was a little bit more intense because I was working 12 to 14s at like 13 years old, driving the truck and like prepping the field for the following year, either during harvest or during the grow season. So I'd be driving up and down a 6-mile stretch of private road. Since it was privately owned, it was perfectly legal to drive a truck out there. Probably not for a 13-year-old, but you know, we do our best. I was working on that from 13 till about 22. The dairy went under. We had to sell the property. We decided that it would be better, instead of going and working for them, to do our own thing. And me and a couple of the other guys started a lawn care business for like a year. Then I decided, I realized how much I missed being behind the wheel, being in the truck. And I was kind of also realized how much better my life would be getting out of California. So I decided to get my CDL and get on the truck and start working. So started truck driving in the late end of 2018 and started team driving during that time. So me and my co-driver at the time, his name's Victor, good guy. He did something similar to me. Grew up on a farm doing a lot of similar stuff, and me and him just clicked when we first came into the school together. And yeah, the second we were done with training and everything, we jumped on the truck together and took off. Me and him had so much fun with it. We'd challenge each other. We'd get to a dock that we had no clue how to back into, and we'd sit there and challenge each other to, you can't do it. What are you talking about? You're not super trucker, extraordinary. You can't handle it. Basically, goad each other into landing these crazy backs our first year trucking, and we did it every time. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Me having never left California, him either. We'd been in California on the West Coast our entire lives. Immediately getting thrown into being able to see all of the United States. We went, our first trip together, we ran from Southern California to Florida. And we got to see so much of the country, and me and him were just constantly taking pictures, and it was a lot of fun. Probably one of my biggest pet peeves about truck driving is the hurry up and wait culture. Because you have to be here at this exact time. If you're not there, the company's gonna get charged, you're gonna get in trouble, this, that, and the other thing. And then you get there and you're sitting there for 2 hours at the dock waiting for them to start unloading you. It's very irritating. I prefer driving at night because there's less traffic, but I do like being up during the day because, keep my sleep schedule in some kind of order. But then at the same time, I also like getting everything done as quickly and safely as possible, just so that way I can keep it ahead of the curve, because the faster I get it done, the faster I can get my next load. The faster I get my next load, that means the more miles in a week. GP doesn't really do a whole lot of nighttime driving. It's just more dangerous because most people aren't like me and are able to survive with no caffeine. So they prefer us to work during the day. So usually I'm up around 5 a.m. and then I'm running 5 to 8 p.m. It's like the usual schedule. Between having to pick up and deliver in one day, it's usually wake up at 5, get started, get the day started, run till anywhere from 5 to 8 p.m. and then shut down, find a place to park. I don't mind that though. It keeps me on a schedule and I'm not running throughout the night, and it ruins my schedule for the following day. It makes things a lot more stable and consistent. Yeah, I can keep my sleep schedule somewhat normal in this crazy job. Yeah, that work-life balance. So it's important for me when I'm delivering a load, I'm making sure that I'm using that time while I'm delivering, while I'm waiting in the truck for them to unload me, to take care of things that I want to do, things that I want to enjoy. If I have time to play a video game or talk on the phone with my girlfriend or talk to my mom, in a sense, I can actually video call with them as opposed to having to just talk to them on the phone while I'm driving. And that's the other thing is communication out there. I was out on the road for 3 months straight last year, just because I wanted to, make a little extra cash for Christmas and stuff. And it was really important for me near the end to make sure I was in contact with somebody at least once a day, because being on the road that long starts to get to you. So making sure that you're talking to family and making sure that you're reaching out and they're reaching out, and always have that person you call at night when you're getting a little tired, the road's getting really long, and make sure you have that person you can talk to help you focus on not slipping into highway hypnosis. So I'd say the biggest thing that helps me and my girlfriend, including the fact that we're both in and around the trucking industry is we have something to relate to. It's a bit of an understanding because we both understand the process. So when I'm at a shipper and I'm complaining about them taking several hours to get me loaded, she's able to be like, well, hey, these are the things that could be happening that could cause that. So it's not always their fault. She's really understanding, and she's able to portray that onto me. And then she's like, well, why does this truck driver suck at backing? And I was like, just because he sucks. He's just not good at his job. When you pull up to a place and you're like, ooh, this is a difficult back. This is a very difficult thing. And I land it first try with almost zero effort. And you go inside and you hear them say, you're already backed in? Yeah. The last guy took over an hour to do that. Okay. I mean, it's kind of egotistical to say, but it's a little bit of the that praise for being just a little bit better. It's that pat on the back for just being awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I like it's not toxic, but I do have a huge ego. It's a non-toxic giant ego. And don't get me wrong, there are some days that I pull up to the easiest back in the world and I'm like, damn it, damn it, like I can't get it. But then there's the days where I'm feeling myself and I just land it first try. So the advice that I'd have for anybody who wants to be a truck driver is start now. Get into it as early as you can. So since I become a truck driver, I went from living paycheck to paycheck to being able to save for retirement and invest and be able to make enough money that I don't have to worry about my future and be able to make wise investments. I don't have to worry about retirement like most people the standard job do. Yes, I have to, sacrifice time now for time later, but I do find it worth it. GP Transco has been able to keep it consistent enough that I haven't had to worry about a paycheck being less than $1,400. I haven't seen a paycheck lower than that since I've been here, and it's been very consistent. The mileage has been very consistent, and even with bad weather, my fleet managers tried to route me around that so I can keep consistent mileage. He keeps me running in a direction away from the weather as opposed to toward it like most companies do. Very understanding, especially with my fleet manager. Me and him, we hit it off pretty quickly, and he totally understands my boundaries. He actually cared enough to understand where I was comfortable as a truck driver, and he completely respects that. And anytime he can make things even a little easier for the driver, he does, which is huge for me. That's the reason I left the last company, is because they lost my respect. Probably one of my favorite things about GP Transco is the fact that you guys have a high standard for safety and equipment. The trucks are really comfortable, and you guys tend to spring for the cushy chairs. Can't complain there. Probably one of the big things for me is the equipment is very well taken care of. If there's an issue, you guys get it handled with no argument. It's just, what's wrong? Here's the nearest place. I am grateful for working here, though. I don't think I've ever been at a job that treats me so well. So, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, growing up on the dairy was pretty great, but I was working pretty hard there. I was doing 18s almost all summer long. So, yeah. Honestly, in a few years, I'll probably still be trucking, still be working for GP Transco. I don't see myself going anywhere else. I'd rather make what I'm making now and be treated the way I'm being treated than go work somewhere where I can make more and be treated poorly. I really do like the work environment here. Everybody I've talked to, from maintenance guy to the owner, has been nothing but courteous to me and nothing but respectful. Growing up, my mom always said, treat the CEO like you treat the janitor, and vice versa. So yeah, if that's the culture here, then I really appreciate that. So I don't really see myself going anywhere. I've already got a pretty good life, so I don't really see a need to change it.